What is the moon without the sun? What is evil without good? What is water without something to swim in the water? Today I'm speedrunning Duck Life 2. To start us off, we're jumping right into naming our little duck friend. Something like subscribe was too simple and tacky, so I changed it to please sub. Thank you. Little Plasubti and I can now set out on our journey. The story begins with us encountering an unknown duck companion wearing a crown. After asking where they got it from, they said they got it from becoming a champion racer. And apparently that was all the motivation our duck could possibly need. This game needed less than 30 words and 3 screens of dialogue to explain its story. Take notes, boys. Duck Life 2, much like the original, will have us tackling several forms of athletic activity. Running is first up on our docket. We'll be jumping over breadcrumbs, watermelons, basketballs, and massive concrete circles. Right now, we've got the gym ability of a 5th grader, but as we keep going on, we're bound to get much faster and much better at all of this, and eventually achieve 6th grader ability. Got a long way to go. Flying. This one's even more self-explanatory. Soar through the sky and collect coins. The biggest thing is to try to avoid smashing your helpless bird brain into a rock wall, but it's also easy to fall into the water once you lose speed, and if that happens, you're gonna need to learn swimming. Call me Dean Kamen the way I segue. We've got multiple obstacles in our way here, like entire islands, icebergs, stray ships, rock walls, water, and cruise ships that all make me question just how big are we? And how big can we get? Finally, we've arrived at climbing. Where the other minigames have obstacles, climbing has barriers to overcome, hurdles to triumph over, and various other cool sounding words. Watch this run. Move over, Elmo, because now it is I who has the moves. Now that we've leveled up our skills a bit, I wanted to take on our first real tournament level race all the way over in Scotland. I forgot about energy. Energy is a big part of the game, if not the biggest part, because if we don't have the stamina required to use these skills we trained up, then we might as well just... To increase our energy level, we can buy some seed for cheap. However, that's for the poor people. Instead, we'll be having only the finest super seed.
Yes, exquisite.
Second attempt is already off to a better start, considering we survived longer than 3 seconds. Things seem dicey in the air, but once we touched down to the water, it was curtains. Each victory awards us with cash and a cosmetic item like paint, and someday maybe even hat. I was going to go back and train before I noticed the next round was titled Rock Climber. I feel sorry for them. I mean, how could they have known they were going up against the LeBron James of Duck Life 2 rock climbing? Before I made my way to the area final, I decided I should buff up Plasubti's abilities, so I bought him even more super... Sprinted across the plains to increase my running, and if you saw the first Duck Life video, you might know I have a, let's call it unique strategy when it comes to flying. And with that, I was prepared enough to enter Scotland's finale. And by prepared enough, I mean this was over before it even started. And the prize for winning is, what the hell? Beating the area also allows us to increase our max level for our abilities. Where previously it was 20, we can now go all the way up to 50, or we could, if I wasn't so poor. So for now, we're stuck at 30. Our next tournament location was everybody's favorite, England. Yeah, it's about what I expected. The worst part is, I didn't even win. I got my ass beat. I sure as hell wasn't gonna let England be my downfall, so I worked harder than ever before. Looks like my efforts paid off as I escaped the sewers without issue and took first place. Next up, Leap of Faith. Done. With those 2 out of the way, it was already time for the area final. Our speed was so incalculable, nobody else even qualified. Plasubti, I am so proud of you. So now it was off to the deserts of Egypt with the first stage, Pyramid Climber. To my extreme disappointment, there was only one small part of the area that involved the climbing skill, and you essentially don't even climb the pyramid itself, so I lost pretty quickly, and I was lied to. I even tried maxing out my climbing skill to see if that alone was enough, and it wasn't even close. How come the hills don't move in the background of the running minigame, but they move when I'm swimming? Am I just not going anywhere? Am I just running and gaining no distance? Anyways, I'm jacked now. All my stats are maxed, excluding my swimming stat, because I am hilarious. I finished Pyramid Climber about how I expected it to go last time and jumped directly into the next race. I don't remember putting this hat on, but I think it's helping. I noticed our energy bar lose about 4% of its total stamina, and I can't have that. So I slammed some more Super Seed to bring it all the way to level 50, and took on the Egyptian final with ease. And now we were headed right on over to Hawaii. The first map has us at a cruise ship, which now again makes me wonder, how big can we get? It will never not be painfully humbling to go from decimating races without breaking a sweat to, wait up guys, my pinky toe hurts. I broke my duck legs and shattered my duck wings in the depths of training, all so I could get stronger and stronger and stronger. Plisupti was well on their way to being a menace to society, and our cruise ship win further cemented that. Eventually we found ourselves at extreme volcano jumping, the most dangerous level there was. Holy shit. And so the Hawaiian finale was already here. My speed in the air was faster than light, but my opponents had a slight advantage in the water and evenly matched me on land. Thankfully, the volcano jump allows me another chance to showcase how a duck truly soars, and as there was only one jump left, I knew our victory was secure. Thank you, rock climbing. Uh-oh. With that, only 2 races remained. As a test to measure my opponent's speed, I entered the semifinal. I don't know what I expected. Please get me out of here. The actual for real max level of the entirety of Duck Life 2 was 150. If I could evolve my little duck to such a caliber, we just might have a shot at the championship title. Jarvis, bring me a training montage. Plisupti and I began our hard, tireless work. We had a distant goal, but through a limitless feeling of drive and motivation, I knew we could make it there and demolish any opponents in our way. To master all 4 of these abilities, a true warrior was required, as our stats were pushed further and further to their limits. Except for running. I don't know. I didn't think I needed it. A strong opener through flying and swimming would be cut short and make me regret what I just said 9 seconds ago. There was a lot of running. Like almost entirely running. I quickly fell behind, but as we started scaling rooftops and soared past the McDuckled sign, I felt a slight shining shimmer of hope, because the second my duck feathers touched that water, I blazed past them in a rage of duck-filled glory. Victory was mine. That left only one map to be played, only one small step in my way to becoming the actual champion. Finally, it was time. Time to train my stupid running. If I'm really going to become the champion, I gotta do it right. As I entered the championship final, there was no flair, no lore, no fancy bow over the whole thing. This was 2 dedicated soldiers fighting for their chance at the title. And as we made our way through this godforsaken area, I noticed that just barely, he was slowly falling behind. I couldn't help but picture all the feats I accomplished to get here, and the words that started this whole thing. Hey Plisupti, sup? The race was over, and it was official. I was now the Duck Life 2 World Champion with a record of 41-35. Please don't fact check that, you are just wasting time. With the game complete, we unlocked 200,000 coins that I can't spend because I already beat the game, funny wrench, and of course, the crown. If anybody needs me, I'll be busy in the world of climbing training extreme. Thank you to Sintoki, Lyra Hubble, Wayward Rosalind, Brennan Grissell, Gazpacho146, Biggie Banana, and all my other Patreon subscribers and YouTube supporters. You all made this video possible, and I encourage you to treat yourself to a little Duck Life 2 tonight. Thanks again.